Hello my friends, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new here. If this is your first time on my channel, hi, my name is Faith. Thank you so much for being here and for practicing with me today. Today's practice is a yoga stretch routine. We are gonna focus on the lower body. So this will be a really great practice for you if you're a runner, a cyclist, maybe you've just had a really strong leg day in the gym, or for anyone who just holds a lot of tension in the lower body. We're going to be hitting all of the major muscle groups, moving nice and slow just to give the entire lower body a really good stretch. So whether this is your recovery day or you're just looking for something a little more gentle, this is going to be the perfect class for you. I won't be using any props for this class, but if you'd like to use them, a couple of blocks and a stretch strap could be really helpful and beneficial. So if that's something you think you may need, definitely have those ready. Other than that, all you'll need is yourself and your yoga mat. So when you're ready, meet me on the mat and let's begin. All right, my friends, let's begin in a seated position at the back of the mat. So first, come over to your hands and knees facing the top of the mat. Tuck the toes under and then sit your hips on top of the heels. So right away, getting a nice stretch in the toes, the soles of the feet, and then sit up nice and tall, relax your shoulders down. So often in our yoga practice and our stretch routines, we forget about the feet, and they carry us and support us all the time throughout the day. So it's always nice to give the feet a good stretch, give them a little extra love. Now, if this is too intense for you, you can always untuck the toes and just come to a seat on top of the heels. So once you've settled in, just take a moment, arrive on your mat in your physical body. You can keep the eyes open, you can close them, and just start to find deep, intentional breaths. Breathing deeply in and out through the nose, and trying to maintain a slow and steady rhythm of breath throughout our practice. When you hold your breath, you hold tension. So as we move throughout our stretches today, just come back to this breath. Breathing into any areas of tension or tightness. And with each exhale, allowing your body to soften. Allowing the breath to guide you, to be your anchor as we move and stretch together. Take another deep breath in. And exhale, let it go. Beautiful. Now from here, interlace your fingers. Extend the arms forward and then flip your palms so they're facing away from you. Drop the shoulders away from the ears, feeling a nice stretch through the wrists, the hands. And then just start to notice this line of energy from your hands all the way into your shoulders. And then on your next inhale, reach the arms up and overhead. As you exhale, reach the arms forward and round through the spine. Good. Inhale to lift, open through the chest. Exhale, round through the spine, reach forward. So taking a few more rounds on your own. Starting to warm up the spine. And by keeping the toes tucked under, continuing to stretch the soles of the feet. And then reach the arms up and overhead. Take a full breath in. As you exhale, side bend to the right, opening up the left side of your body. Try to draw that left shoulder back. Look up towards the sky if you can. Breathe in. And breathe out. Inhale, come back through center. Exhale, side bend to the left. Opening up the right side of your body. Try to keep your shoulders square to the top of the mat. Breathe in. And breathe out. Good. Come back through center. Inhale. Exhale, release your arms by your side, and then make your way to a tabletop pose. Coming over to your hands and knees, untuck the toes, and then just tap the tops of your feet into the mat. And then come to find stillness. Bring your knees in line with your hips, wrists in line with your shoulders. As you inhale, extend the left leg behind you. And then exhale, tuck the toes under. Start to lean your weight back, coming into a calf stretch. So you should really feel this in your left calf muscles. Maybe you want to shift forward and back a few times. Just warming up the ankle joint. And then come to find stillness. Come back to your tabletop pose. Tuck the toes and then lift your hips up for downward facing dog. So pressing your heels into the mat, try to lift your tailbone up as you relax the crown of your head down to lengthen the spine. If you need to bend your knees here, that's totally fine. The most important thing is that you're not rounding through the spine. Option to add a little bit of movement here. You can bend one knee at a time. So just getting deeper into the hamstrings. And then come back to a neutral downward facing dog. Take a full breath in. And exhale, let it go. As you inhale, reach your right leg to the sky for three-legged dog. Exhale, draw your knee to your nose. Cross your right ankle over your left thigh for a downward dog figure 4. Now you have the option to stay here, or you can lift your left heel and then bend your left knee. So you should feel a nice stretch in the outside of your right hip. Breathe in and breathe out. Good. Now straighten the left leg if you're not already there. Place the ball of your right foot onto the mat, crossing your right ankle over your left. Try to press your left heel closer towards the floor. You should feel a really deep stretch in that left calf. Take a full breath in. And exhale, let it go. Good. One more inhale. As you exhale, walk your hands back towards your feet, coming into a crisscross forward fold. Once you make it there, walk your hands over to the right for a side body stretch. Relax the crown of your head down. Feeling that stretch in the left IT band and the left side body. Breathe. Beautiful. Now walk your hands over to the left, lift your heels, and then pivot to face the back of your mat for a standing forward fold. Bring the big toes to touch as you fold over the legs. Slowly roll yourself up to standing for 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, reach the arms up and overhead. Exhale, hinge forward at the hips and fold over the legs. Inhale, find a halfway lift. Bring your hands to your shins, find a flat back. As you exhale, step your right foot back to a runner's lunge. Take a moment to find your foundation here. Allow your hips to sink down as you look up towards the sky. So feeling a deep stretch in that right hip flexor. Option to drop your right knee to the mat if that feels better for you. Take a full breath in. And exhale, let it go. Good. Take one more inhale. As you exhale, drop your right knee if you're not already there, and then shift your hips back to a half split. Straighten your left leg, flex your left foot. Draw the left hip back to square off the hips. As you inhale, find length in the spine. And then exhale, see if you can fold a little bit deeper. So feeling this in the back of your left leg. Keep flexing your left foot to get a deeper stretch in your calf. Breathe in. And breathe out. And then rebend into the left knee. Spin your right shin over to the left. Walk your hands to the right so you're facing the long edge of the mat. Extend your left leg out to the side. Come onto the inside of your left foot and then tuck the right toes under. From here, start to shift your weight forward and back. So just feeling that opening in the left inner thigh. Also getting a nice stretch in the sole of your right foot. And then press your hips back towards your right heel and hold it there. Breathing into that left inner thigh. And start to shift your weight forward. Bring your shoulders in line with the wrists. Walk your hands to the top of the mat, coming back to our tabletop pose. Once you make it there, we'll do all of that on the other side. So once you're ready, inhale, extend the right leg behind you. Exhale, tuck the right toes under, and then shift your weight back, feeling that stretch in the right calf. You can hold it here, or you can shift forward and back a few times. Just warming up that ankle joint. And then come back to your tabletop. Tuck the toes, lift your hips, downward facing dog. Take a full breath in and a long breath out. As you inhale, reach your left leg to the sky. Exhale, draw your knee to your nose. Cross your left ankle over your right thigh for that down dog figure 4. You always have the option to stay here. If you want a deeper stretch in that left glute, lift your right heel and then bend your right knee. So bringing your chest as close to your thighs as possible. Breathing into that left glute. Take one more inhale. As you exhale, straighten the right leg. Step the ball of your left foot down, crossing it over your right. Getting a deeper stretch in that right calf. Try to press your right heel closer towards the mat. Breathe in. And breathe out. One more inhale. Exhale, walk your hands back to your feet for a crisscross forward fold. Once you make it there, walk your hands over to the left for that side body stretch. So feeling a stretch in the right IT band, the right side body. Allow your head to hang heavy, letting go of any tension in the neck. And then with your next breath, walk your hands over to the right. Lift your heels and then pivot to face the back of your mat. As you inhale, slowly roll yourself up to standing. Reach the arms up and overhead. And exhale, hinge forward at the hips, fold over the legs. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, left foot steps back to your runner's lunge. Option to keep the left knee lifted, or you can lower it to the mat. And just take a moment to settle into the hips here. Bring your gaze up towards the sky, open through the chest. Breathing into the left hip flexor. And then drop your left knee to the floor for your half splits. Shift the hips back, straighten your right leg. Pull the right hip back to square off the hips. As you inhale, find length in the spine. And exhale to fold. Relaxing the forehead down. Think about lifting your tailbone up as you reach the crown of your head forward. Breathing into the back of the right leg. And then rebend into the right knee. Spin your left shin over to the right and then walk your hands to the left, coming to face the long edge of the mat. Extend your right leg out to the side, come onto the inside of your right foot. Tuck your left toes under and then shift your weight forward and back. So just working into that right inner thigh, the sole of the left foot. And then press your hips back towards your heel and hold. You can come onto the heel of the right foot. Breathing into the right inner thigh. And then shift your weight forward. Walk your hands to the top of the mat, meeting in our tabletop pose. From here, extend your left leg behind you. Breathe in. Exhale, step your left foot to the outside of your left hand, coming into a lizard lunge. Option to slide that right knee back a bit until you feel a comfortable stretch in the front of your right leg. You can keep the back toes tucked under or you can untuck them. So allow your hips to sink down, draw the heart forward and up. So just getting deeper into that right hip flexor. Option to come onto the outer edge of your left foot to get a deeper stretch in the left glute. Breathe in. And breathe out. If you want a deeper stretch, you can start to add a twist, gazing over your left shoulder. So allowing your hips to drop to the right. And then come back through center if you're not already there. Plant the hands. Tuck the right toes under, lift the right knee, and then step to a malasana at the top of the mat. So right foot to the outside of your right hand, heels in, toes out, sink the hips low. You can keep your hands grounded into the mat, or you can bring the palms of your hands together in front of your heart. Elbows to the inside of your knees, and use your elbows to push your knees out to the side. Continue to push out of your heels. Draw the heart forward and up as you lift up through the crown of your head. So breathing into the lower back, the inner thighs. And then plant the hands. Step your left foot back, coming into our lizard lunge on the other side. Drop your left knee to the floor. You can untuck the left toes. And then allow your hips to sink down as you draw the heart forward and up. Option to roll onto the outer edge of your right foot to get a deeper stretch. If you'd like, you can start to shift your weight over to the left as you look over your right shoulder. So just adding a little bit of a twist, feeling a deeper stretch through the left side of your body. And then come back through center, tuck the left toes, pick up the left knee, and step back to your downward facing dog. You can pedal out the feet again here. And then once you're ready, drop your knees to the mat. Come down onto the forearms and we'll land in a Sphinx pose. So extending the legs out behind you and then dropping the hips down. Untuck the toes, squeeze the shoulder blades together as you pull the heart forward. We're gonna move into some quad stretches here. So go ahead and bend your left knee. Push out of your right forearm, reach your left hand back to grab your foot. So you can grab the outer edge of your left foot or the inside of your left foot. And then try to pull your left heel in towards your glutes. Keep pushing out of that right forearm to keep the chest lifted. And then think about squeezing your left glute to really feel that stretch in your quad. Breathe in and breathe out. And then release the left foot, come back to your Sphinx pose, and we'll take it to the other side. Bend your right knee, push out of your left forearm, reach your right hand back to grab your foot. Try to pull that right heel in towards your glutes, and then squeeze your glutes so you feel a deeper stretch in the right thigh. Breathe. And then slowly release, come back to your Sphinx pose. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders, press yourself back to a child's pose. Hips rest towards the heels, resting your forehead on the mat. Take a full breath in, and exhale, let it go. And this is where we'll finish off our practice. So if you'd rather take a Shavasana or come to a seated position, feel free to do that instead. But wherever you are, I encourage you to take a moment to pause and just arrive in stillness. Gifting your body the opportunity to absorb the benefits of your practice. And just taking a few final moments just for you. Not worrying about what you have to do when you step off the mat. And just allow yourself to simply be here. To be one with your body, with your breath. And just enjoy. And feel free to rest here longer if you wish. If you're ready to come out, just make your way to a comfortable seated position. And then once you make it there, take a big inhale as you reach the arms up and overhead. And exhale, bring the palms together in front of your heart. Taking this opportunity to bow down towards your own heart. Expressing gratitude for yourself, for your body, for your practice, and for anything else that comes up for you in this moment. Thank you all so much for joining me in this practice. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give this video a like and subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on future classes. If you have any suggestions or recommendations for future classes, please leave them in the comments down below, and I'd love to make that happen for you. If you want more yoga videos from me, go ahead, check out my membership, now available on my YouTube channel. I post exclusive videos there a month featuring longer flows and a quarterly series. So I just finished a summer yoga series and I did a spring yoga series. So if that's something you're interested in and you want to further support me, definitely go ahead and check that out. I appreciate all your love and support as I continue to grow my channel. So with all of that said, I hope you all have a beautiful rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next video. May you stay well and always continue to shine.